Okay, we saw that Joe Biden take the oath and make that speech. I thought it was pretty lame, and I explained to you the reasons why I thought it was so lame and divisive Wednesday night. Meanwhile, Chris Wallace, that Fox News guy, he swooned.
I've been listening to these inaugural addresses since 1961. John F. Kennedy, ask not. I thought this was the best inaugural address I ever heard.
He's either the worst history student ever or just, a bit of a suck-up trying to get Biden administration officials onto his show. I don't know really what's going on with him. I know these guys were not impressed. Craig Shirley, Reagan biographer and presidential historian, and Doug Wead, presidential historian and former George H.W. Bush advisor. I don't mean to put words in your mouth, but knowing you the way I know you, first to you, Doug, I don't think you found that speech to be particularly extraordinary, but by all means, what do you think?
I thought Chris Wallace's reaction was extraordinary. Obviously, he wants to land him for an interview. He wants to be the George Will of this administration, the way Will was with the Reagans. He probably is embarrassed because the last time Biden interviewed him, or he interviewed Biden didn't know his name. At the end of the interview, he said, "Thanks, Chuck."
That's right. I remember. You bring up a great point, Doug. And Craig, so many reporters, there's another agenda at work often. This is to butter somebody up. This is to pay back. This is, there are all kinds of things happening that the viewer, that the reader don't know about.
Yeah, and Doug is right. In every administration, there's one court gesture of the national media who his job is to suck up to the President of the United States. David Broder the Washington Post was to John Kennedy, and others were to Jimmy Carter. And it is absolutely right. It's just that I don't know what Chris Wallace was watching. I honestly don't. Is that it was thin gruel. There was no money line like "Ask not what your country can do for you," or Reagan in 1981. Or anything memorable. What else? It was just a string of tired old cliches strung together, and I don't understand. There was no policy in there, and there was nothing magical, or there was nothing extraordinary in the speech whatsoever.
You know what he gets off on? He gets off on, watch me, I'm going to be a liberal inside Fox News, and all the media writers will write about it, but I think that's what's going on. He just likes to stick it to his colleagues and maybe even his bosses. Who knows? What else did I want to run? Oh, Mitch McConnell. Boy, oh boy. Talk about a swamp snake. I'm sorry. Watch this.
The mob was fed lies. They were provoked by the president and other powerful people.
Now, this is actually a couple of days old, but I wanted to play this because not everybody realizes that Donald Trump gave his wife a job. Mitch McConnell is married to Elaine Chao, who was Secretary of Transportation under Donald Trump for the entire term, although she quit like with 3 days left. That's significant. If I had a beef with somebody, but and they employed my wife for the previous I might take a pass. I don't know. Am I being too personal about this, Doug?
No, people were very disloyal to Donald Trump. Betsy DeVos came in there and he defended her when she was attacked all the way to the end, and then she kind of stuck it to him when she left. McConnell, the Libertarians came in to save his butt when he was running for Senate again the last time. Saved him. He pleaded for help. And once he got into power, turned their back on him. He's the establishment figure. I have to say one last thing about Chris Wallace. This is so embarrassing. It's like two men running around naked in public. He and Joe Biden. Edmund Burke said, when you flatter someone, it hurts both the receiver and the sender. And it's a bit embarrassing to see Chris Wallace at work in public.
Yes, I'm not sure where the nudity comes into play, but all right, Doug.
I want to make a mental picture of that
one. You guys have seen by now the pictures of the troops sleeping on Capitol Hill. A couple of things on this. I thought the whole arrangement was over the top. First, when they were actually in the Capitol building, I think they were trying to send a message. I know they were trying to send a message. Look at how many troops we need to keep the crazy Trump supporters out. I think they were doing this for political reasons. Nobody seemed to mind when they were sleeping on the floor inside the Capitol, but when they put them in the parking lot, that sparked outrage on both sides of the aisle. But overall, I think it was all a great big political game perpetrated by the left. Again, they're trying to make January 6th into their 9/11 and take enhanced security against conservatives using this as a pretext. Craig, what do you think? Am I nuts?
No, I agree with you. I think that we see it in incremental and in broader strokes. The left's attempt to censor conservatism, to shut down conservative debate. And it's right out of, whether it was in Stalinist Russia or under Robespierre in the French Revolution, French Republic, the new 16th, with the fall of Louis XVI, is that the first attempt, the first thing that the left does in this country and elsewhere in the world is to shut down political debate. They do not want to hear anything about freedom or independence or dignity or privacy, anything. They want control. They want power. And conservatism, and American conservatism, is clearly a threat to that need, that want for power.
We got to stay strong. We can't shrink back from our ideas and our values. By the way, Doug, I want to leave you with this. Video of law enforcement officers in the lobby of that Trump hotel on Pennsylvania Avenue. Used to be the old post office building. This is a lot better than laying around some parking lot, of course. They're in the lobby. Wow. Decent conditions. What was the old post office used